says there's 6 of you here. Can you guys hear me all right? Okay, there you guys are. Hello, everybody. All right, we got 5 people in here, and I see all 5 of you. Okay. All right. Well, how you guys have been? As I'm sure you could tell, I was able to rapid fire those 4 videos. So that's pretty much everything I filmed up to this point. So you guys start throwing your questions in, and I hope you guys this day has been going so far. Oh, Vampire, my day's just been a little bit busy. I just had to just finish editing that last video I uploaded. Yeah, I just had to finish just putting that in together and uploading it. So, yep, now I'm just enjoying my day off, trying to brainstorm some more ideas. I think I'm like I was about to I'm gonna film my Spider-Man video later today, but it's not like a review. It's just more of like a why I don't really like it too much. I didn't finish it, and I'm currently trying to start RoboCop right now, but yeah. Your sleep schedule has been so messed up lately. Yeah, my sleep schedule was really messed up for most of this year. It's gotten a little bit better since we hired someone else at my primary job, so it's been a little bit easier on my schedule. But yeah, I still still a challenge from time to time. You're working on Metal Gear Solid 3 Extreme Mode at the moment? I'm so jealous. I still have not been able to play this yet. I was like, because I'm trying to figure out, should I try to play Metal Gear Solid 3 or should I start working on RoboCop? Like right now, I'm just trying to get, I had to work on those last 4 videos, and that took up most of my time yesterday, like last Wednesday. And then I had to work 5 days in a row without stopping. However, I am excited that Super Mario RPG is coming out in 2 days. That's something I'll be able to play at work, so I'm excited about that. Jackie, I've never played Hitman. That's not a game. That's not a franchise I was ever interested into. I think that game is too stealth focused. Kind of like Splinter Cell. I like it when the stealth element is an option, because there's some moments where I want to be quiet, and then there's some where I just want to just go around and kill everybody, and I just don't think Splinter Cell and Hitman do those very well. So that's why I've never been interested in it. So I think Metal Gear does that the best. Working on. I glanced into your last stream and heard what you said about Spider-Man 2. I'm sorry to hear that you're not having fun with it. Yeah, I'm just not having fun with it. I'm glad a lot of people are having fun with it, and that's good. But yeah, I'm not. You're interested in Super Mario Vamp? Are you planning on getting that also? Have you ever considered on expanding your PlayStation 5 storage via internal SD? Yes, I do want to do that. Yes, I do want to do that. I just need time to buy the right hard drive, because yeah, that was I think, to be fair, I don't think I did that with my PlayStation 3, where I actually bought a hard drive to increase its memory. I didn't do that for my PlayStation 4, but I might need to do it for my PlayStation 5, because these games are ridiculously big. I think at the moment I have only 5 games on there, and I'm constantly deleting and reinstalling it. So yeah, I think at least this generation I'll have to definitely expand the primary memory. Or maybe I'll just buy a second PlayStation 5, because I always back up my consoles and computers. I currently have 2 PCs, and I have 2 laptops. So I have 2 PlayStation 4s, 2 PlayStation 3s. I typically buy a backup, so yeah, I think when the Slim comes out, I'll probably end up getting that too. Where would you like to travel, or would you like to travel anywhere in the world? Oh, there's a number of places. England, London specifically, because that's where I was born. Tokyo, Japan, when it's safer. A couple locations in northern Russia. Where else? I wouldn't mind visiting Paris, some places in Italy. I would stay. I have no interest in going in any areas in the African continent or anywhere in the Middle East. It's a little crazy right now. Probably nowhere in India. Probably nowhere in China. The only other country I've been to was Taiwan. And I think that was kind of the moment where I was like, yeah, I would like to see other places in the world and not just never travel outside the United States. I definitely think there's certainly a number of places outside the United States that I would love to visit. But yeah, definitely Tokyo and London are absolute top priorities. What's my biggest problem with it? The problem I have with it, I think the combat's been tweaked a little bit, that it's not fun. I don't like how much of a glass cannon Spider-Man is. Like, Spider-Man, like, I'm playing this game on normal difficulty, and I'm on level 20, and Spider-Man can get killed in 3 hits. I'm not even joking. And it's, like, normal enemies. And I don't like the parrying system. I've liked it. Like, I know that Spider-Man kind of copies the gameplay style of Batman, where square is punch, triangle is counter, circle is dodge, X is jump. And I kind of wish Spider-Man was like that. And it felt like that in Marvel Spider-Man. But they've tweaked the combat enough that it's a little bit weird. And Miles is so OP, it's not fun playing as him. Like, that was my biggest complaint about Spider-Man Miles Morales. It was just that, okay, yeah, this is by far the most powerful version of a Spider-Man character I've ever seen. Like, Peter Parker would not stand a chance, and I've already seen the entire story all throughout, and that's exactly what happens. And there's this massive Miles push, and I'm just not a fan of the character. I don't like him. I don't like him as a character. They're pushing him. They're pushing him in this game. They've acknowledged that they're pushing him in the next game, and he's going to be the main character, which makes no sense. Because the primary villains for the next game apparently is going to be Norman and Dr. Octopus teaming up. And Miles has no connection to either two of those characters. So it makes no sense to push Peter out of New York and focus on Miles. Like, the moment this game lost me, I didn't get that far, but once I saw it in the cutscenes, it's like a scene where Peter is talking to Miles and he says, you know, Mary Jane might be right. New York doesn't need me when it has you. And the moment I heard that, I was done with the game. I'm done. And there's just a massive push for Miles. They're pushing him and across the Spider-Verse, which is, in my opinion, the best version of him, but, like, I'm still not a fan of him. They're pushing him in the games. They're going to push him in the live-action film, which is obviously going to come out eventually. They're going to, like, I'm just not a fan of Miles as a character. Like, trust me, I said this in my last stream. I'm the kind of person who, if I wasn't a fan of this character growing up, I'm not really invested in newer heroes. So if I didn't like this hero as a kid, I'm not going to like them as an adult. I was never a fan of Iron Man as a kid. I was never a fan of Thor as a kid. I was never a fan of a lot of Marvel characters. The X-Men I was a big fan of, which is why X-Men is still to this day is my favorite team, like comic book team of all time. But they're pushing all these newer characters or introducing characters I've never heard of, and I'm just not a fan of them. So, like, that's my problem with it. I'm sorry about going on that little long rant. I haven't played much of the original. Man, Bomb, what do you mean? What do you mean by what is my greatest gain? What do you mean? What video game made me cry? To name a few. Final Fantasy VII did when I was a kid, although it took me a while to beat that. Metal Gear Solid 3 got me. I did not see that ending coming. Ni no Kuni at the beginning, but it was more of like tears of joy because I love JRPGs so much. Yeah, Ni no Kuni had me crying at the beginning, not because Oliver's mom died. It was just I was enjoying this game so much after the disaster of the Final Damnation 13 trilogy. I was like, that killed my love for JRPGs. And Ni no Kuni brought it back, and I was just so happy to be playing RPGs again. So like those were tears of joy. But like in terms of like sad tears, yeah, those are the only 2 games I can think of off the top of my head that I know definitively did break me down. Playing Republic Commando on hard mode. Any favorite members in a Delta Squad? No, not really. I haven't played the game in a while. You use an external hard drive for your PlayStation 4? Oh, okay. Favorite type of games? Jackie, it is JRPGs. No question. They made Miles even more OP than he. If he's even more OP, then I don't even want to play the game even farther because he already feels OP. Like, it is not fun playing as his character because the minute, if in the very, very slim chance that you get in trouble, you just turn invisible and jump away, and the enemy AI loses you. Like, at least Peter, it's a little bit harder. Well, Peter needs a break after everything. Oh, don't give me that crap. After everything he's been through. Oh, come on. That is total bullshit. I don't want to hear that. He needs a break. He needs a break, my ass. He don't need a break. They're trying to push Miles as a character. They are giving him a massive push all around. That's what's going on. I don't want to hear this bullshit that he needs a break. Oh, cry me a river. Would you say sky jump if you were paid thousands of dollars? Would you? Oh, you mean skydiving? No, that's you wouldn't need to pay me thousands to do that. I would do that. That's stuff, like bungee jumping, stuff like that. Like, it's just I don't like doing like crazy things like that unless I'm doing it with someone else. But yeah, like I'll do something crazy just when at least once I've never done it before, just as long as I get to do it with someone else. So you're officially done with Insomniac Spider-Man. As of right now, yes. I'm curious to see what their Wolverine game is. That might be interesting because I'm curious to see what they'll do with that. But in terms of Spider-Man, as of right now, I love Marvel Spider-Man. Could not finish Marvel Spider-Man 2. Have no interest in playing in Marvel Spider-Man 3. So yes, as of right now, I'm done with Miles Spider-Man. If we get like another Spider-Man game that focuses on Peter Parker, the real Spider-Man, then I'll come back. Who is worse, Tom Holland or Morales? Well, definitely Tom Holland. I hate Spider-Boy. I hate Spider-Boy. What was my first job? My first job was as a service clerk at a Walgreens. And then I worked at Walgreens for 3 years, but in my third year, I became like the head photo tech for that photo department. So I upgraded from service clerk from the front desk, and then I moved to the photo department, and then by the time I quit, I was running the photo department. If you took control of the MCU, I wouldn't. I have no interest in the MCU. I have no interest in it. I'm telling you, I have not watched the last MCU film I saw was Infinity War, and I laughed at the end, and I was just like, I don't need to see Endgame. Like, Infinity War is the last MCU film I'm ever gonna watch. I knew what Endgame was going to be. Like, I didn't even have to see Endgame. And I knew exactly what the plot was going to be. And my friends that did go see it saying, yeah, Brian, you were right. It was like, how did you know what the plot was going to be? Well, it's obvious what the plot was going to be because it's so easy. I was like, I don't need to see Endgame. And I refused to watch whatever that last Spider-Man film was. I don't even remember what it was called, like, because of Spider-Boy. Like, I'm not going to go see that crap. I think like the last superhero film I saw in theaters was The Batman, which was okay. And yeah, I mean, I didn't even watch Justice League. God. Do you have any items that you keep unopened? Yeah, a few figures like my Funko Pops. I never really opened those, if that counts. I mean, he needs to get his life back together. He does. Oh my God. Then do it between games or something. I don't want to hear this crap. You need to get my life together. Come on. If you found $20 in the parking lot, what would I do with it? I'd keep it. What am I going to do? Like, if I see someone drop money, then I tell them. But if I'm just walking down the street and I see $20, like, I don't see anybody around, so I pick it up. What do you want me to do? Take it to the police? Walk around and say hey to anyone who's a 20? I mean, and keep it. You think Miranda Lawson is a better spy than Ada Wong? Miranda's not a spy. So that's kind of incorrect. Miranda's not a spy. So, yeah, no, she's not a spy. Which symbiote do you prefer, Venom or Carnage? Yeah, probably Venom. Do I like Deadpool? Yes, Jackie, I do like Deadpool. If you could work at a fast food... Oh, dear God, no. I would not. Ooh, no. Sorry, ma'am. Working in fast food is a big no-no. Bob and Steve versus Dante and Virgil. Well, obviously, Dante and Virgil would wipe the floor with Bob and Steve. Am I into mythology? Yeah, I'm a big fan of Greek mythology. Absolutely. Favorite cartoon? I want to say Rocko's Modern Life. Yeah, I would say like a lot of my favorite cartoons came out during the golden age of Nickelodeon. So I was watching shows like Rocko's Modern Life, Doug, All Real Monsters, Rocket Power, I think it was called. Like something in the Thongberries, like early SpongeBob, like those kind of cartoons, like those what I grew up on. But there were a lot of Fox Kids shows I watched. So I watched like the animated Spider-Man show, the animated X-Men show, Spider-Man show, like those animated shows back in those days. That's what I grew up on. Thoughts on the Venom movies and Morbius movie? Well, I avoided the Morbius movie like a plague, but I really liked the first Venom movie, but I think the second one was a bit lacking. It was okay, but I didn't like it as much. It wasn't rewatchable to me. I saw it once in theaters, and I was like, I don't really need to see this a second time. I've seen the first Venom several times, but I don't like the second one that much. Didn't she say she was a super spy in the kid? I'd have to double check, but I don't recall Miranda ever saying that she was a spy. I don't remember that. If I were a woman, what would my name be? Just a funny question. Jill Creed. Yeah, Jill Creed. JC. What do you think the next Resident Evil will be? Resident Evil 9, Resident Evil 5 Remake, or Code Veronica? It should be Code Veronica. It could be 9. I don't think we need a remake to 5. Or why not they just remake the first Resident Evil again and make it in the over-the-shoulder style? Like, which would be funny. It was like, you have the original, then they remake the original, and then we're going to make a remake of the remake in the modern style. Wouldn't that be funny? Could you do a video ranking or showing off your gaming steelbooks? Really? Would you like to see that? Okay. Yeah, I could do that. Let me type that down. All right. Because I love steelbooks. Like, anytime there's like a pre-order to get something in steelbox. Yeah, that's definitely Phantom Sidious Steelbook Collection video. Alright, Phantom Sidious, the idea is typed down. Thank you for it. I will be sure to give you a shout out. Have I watched Invader Zim? Yes, I did see Invader Zim, but I don't have much memory of it. I did watch Fairly Godparents, or Fairy Godparents, I should say. You guys remember a show called like Action League Now? It was on like a show called like Kaboom or something like that. It was like a lot of stop motion. It was I really enjoyed that. Which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle would I be? Oof. I'm not as crazy as Mikey. I'm not so much of a dick as Raph. I guess I would lean more towards Leonardo because no, probably. Probably Donatello. Yeah, I don't want to be a leader like Leonardo. Yeah, that's too much pressure. So probably Dom. Have I seen Good Burger? Yes, that is a show. I watched all that. So Good Burger is something I definitely saw as a kid, and I look forward to watching the sequel. Any thoughts on the Batman suit coming in Arkham Knight in December? I saw a post that they like recently uploaded the Robert Pattinson's bat suit in Arkham Knight. I didn't know they were still adding stuff to that game. I like that's a surprise. But no, I didn't see that. But I don't know. Maybe if I'm bored enough or have enough free time, maybe I'll give that game a visit. Do I like the Bad Boys movies? Yes, I do. My opinion towards Will Smith has greatly changed, though. Which is sad because Will Smith was like my favorite actor growing up in the 90s and a good part of the 2000s. But my opinion on him has changed so dramatically. It's almost sad. Dear God. I think I have enough in me to watch some of his older stuff. Just I wouldn't watch a new Will Smith moving forward. I would stay away from them. I played OG Resident Evil 4 and it was a masterpiece. Of course it's a masterpiece, man. Of course it is. It's my fifth favorite video game of all time. It'll never be replaced. Who is my favorite YouTuber? That's a tough question because, like, the YouTubers I watch, they're not really active anymore. Like, I would say, like, the most active YouTuber that I still watch is probably Angry Joe, but even his videos are... I don't enjoy them as I did when I was younger, so that's a tough question. There's some YouTubers I'd like to collaborate with that's still active, but they're busy. So that's a hard question. Which one of the Power Rangers shows did I like more? Well, I did a whole video talking about this. Top 3 favorite seasons easily would be Power Rangers in Space, Power Rangers Dino Thunder, and Power Rangers Time Force. It's depending on my mood, it's one of those 3. Yeah. Those are my top 3 seasons of all time, easily. It was all down here after that slap. Yeah. Yeah. And then, like, I just don't like his wife, Jada. Like, what kind of guy stands for that kind of treatment? And he just... And then I saw this... I saw this video about this guy talking about Will Smith. It was all over Twitter. And I was just like, oh my God, if this is true, this changes my thoughts about Will Smith even worse. Like, I'm not sure if you guys saw it on Twitter yesterday, but I was just like, I pray it's not true, but if it is, my mind is completely blown about Will Smith. Like, if that's true, it might be hard for me to even go back and watch older Will Smith movies. Like, I can still watch them now, but if these talks end up true, I may have to boycott Will Smith completely, which sucks. Because I love movies like Men in Black and Independence Day, and I had a number of great childhood memories watching Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, but, oh man, I just hope that, just, God, might have how Will Smith has fallen. Resident Evil 4 is your favorite game of all time? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. What were my thoughts on the Batman 2000 film? I liked it. Oh no, I really did like it. Yeah, I did a whole review on it. My only issue with it was that I didn't like how we never got to see Bruce Wayne. It was a little annoying how Bruce was never we never got to see Bruce Wayne. Like, the entire movie, he's always in Batman mode. Like, even when he's not suited up, he's in Batman mode. Like, I like to see Batman and Bruce Wayne. And I also didn't like how Batman ultimately fails. Like, a lot of people don't talk about this. Like, technically, the Riddler did succeed. He ended up flooding the entire city and killing probably thousands of people. And I was like, it's different, but, you know, it's overall it was okay. I did overall like it, and I'm curious to see what the next one's gonna be like. And I've heard that it's gonna involve Mr. Freeze, which that would be really interesting. But yeah, I did like it. I didn't love it. Do I ride roller coasters? Yeah. If I can go to an amusement park, I love going on roller coasters. Absolutely. Do I like Adam Sandler films? Yeah, but I like some of his older stuff. I haven't really watched any of his newer stuff recently. I have a hate-love relationship with Resident Evil 4 Remake. I think it's a good game, but I hate that it exists. I'm in the same boat, but I just won't play it, ever. I'm in the same boat. What is my favorite sitcom of all time? Sitcom. Damn, that's tough. I'll be honest, I can't really think of one right off the top of my head. I really can't. Like, I'd have to do some real deep thinking. Is James Bond, James Bourne, or James Wick? Who is my favorite action or anyone else? Okay, if I had to pick between those three, James Bond, James Bourne, or John Wick. I think John Wick's been the most consistent. And I like James Bond, but it's just like, it's mostly hits, but some misses. Jason Bourne just kind of got boring after the third film. Like, I saw the first three, those were good. I think they did like two more after that, and then there was that like side one that had Jeremy Renner in there, and that was confusing. But yeah, I stick with those three. Video idea: Jason Statham tier list. I don't think I could do that. There's a lot of his films I've never even seen, so yeah. Yeah, I don't think I could pull that one off, and personally, I don't think that would be very interesting for a majority gaming channel. Any favorite non-lightsaber weapons in Star Wars? Yeah, you got blasters, you got light whips. There's a bunch of weapons that aren't lightsabers that I think are pretty cool. Alright. What is my favorite action, horror, and comedy movie? Okay, action. This is difficult because my top three favorite movies is Inception's number one, but it's a dead tie for number two. It's a dead tie between The Dark Knight and Terminator 2. I really can't pick between those. So you have those. Action movies, horror movies, easily that would be Event Horizon. That's easily the scariest movie I've ever seen. And comedy, damn, that's tough. Does American Pie 1 count as a comedy? I saw that's a funny movie. Well, maybe not funny, but enjoyable. The funny thing is that movie kind of ruined my high school experience because I used to see that a bunch of times in the late 90s before I went to high school, and the whole time I thought that's what high school was going to be. And the whole concept of getting laid or getting girls, that conversation never came up amongst my group of friends. Like, we never talked about that. So I was just like, I really thought high school was going to be more like American Pie, but like, it's not like that at all. So, I enjoy those first like few films, but like, kind of ruined my high school experience. What is my favorite monster from Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 4? Ooh, definitely the Iron Maiden. The Iron Maiden is scary as hell. Resident Evil 5, though, I want to say probably the first Ouroboros monster. That's kind of like all tentacles. That one was really cool. Would I rather fight Gyarados or Granados or Maginis? Ooh, I wouldn't fight Granadas. I think Maginis are a little bit too berserk for me. I would feel more comfortable fighting Granadas. Yeah. Do you think John Wick could survive a zombie apocalypse? Yeah. I think he's smart enough to. Plus, I mean, the guy is an expert headshots. I mean, so, like, that's kind of what you need. If you're really good with headshots, you'll be good. And we know he can, like, rapid fire headshots, so I think John Wick would be good. Yeah, I'm just checking something. Okay. Which of these three Nickelodeon sitcoms do you like to watch and repeat? Jake and Josh, iCarly, or probably Drake and Josh. I didn't really watch the other two. Although I am ashamed to say that I did watch Zoe 101. I am a little bit embarrassed to admit that. I did watch that and I did enjoy it when I was younger. What is my favorite Batsuit game and movie? My favorite Batsuit in the games would probably have to be the suit he was using in Arkham Knight, the main one. And in the movies, I would say my favorite suit... I guess I'd have to go with the second Nolan suit. I like that because of how practical it is, and that's more of like a military suit. So, yeah, that's what I'd go with. Do I like the Scream movies? Not really. I think maybe I've seen one of them, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan. Not really. Which Metal Gear was my favorite design-wise? Rex, Ray, etc. I guess I would say I'm a bigger fan of Rex. Yeah, I would say Rex is probably my favorite Metal Gear design. Plus, you get to drive him in Metal Gear Solid 4, which is awesome. Never believe what you see on TV. I think it. Sometimes it's. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it's. I don't know. Some things on TV I've seen that I really did believe, and they ended up being very true. Wow, for real, I can relate to American Pie thing. You too? Wow, I thought I was alone. Like, a lot of people don't talk about that film like that. You have to understand, that movie was huge in the late 90s. Like, that was like I think that was like the biggest, like, most successful rated R comedy at the end. During the late 90s. Like, that was huge. But yeah, I would say that kind of ruined my high school experience. What is my favorite demon enemy from Devil May Cry? I think Beowulf from Devil May Cry 3. I think that was a cool design. Plus, he's one of the few bosses that fights both Dante and Virgil. You remember the first time you encountered the Regenerator? The Regenerator is scary, but I think the Iron Maiden is even scarier. If there was ever a World War III, who do you think will start it and who will go against each other? I don't know. I don't know who would be on what side. I really don't know. I really don't know. What would you change about today's Disney? I wouldn't change because I think it's beyond saving at this point. I don't think it can be saved. I'll be honest, if I had a kid, I would do everything in my power to make sure they're not exposed to modern Disney. I do not trust modern Disney. I would probably there's nothing I enjoy more the idea. There's nothing involving Disney. There's nothing I wouldn't enjoy more than sitting down with my kid and watching them enjoy something that I enjoyed when I was growing up. So I would probably expose them to a lot of the Disney classics that I saw during the 90s that I grew up watching. And if I can see them enjoy it the same way I did at their age, that is a joy. I do not think modern Disney is healthy for kids. I went and I saw Maleficent when I was living in California. And I was furious by the end because that ended up being a complete man-hating film. And it's like, if I was like, I even said in my review, I was like, if I was a father and I saw my daughter to go see this, I would be furious, because I do not need Disney implanting the idea in my daughter's head that all men are crap. Because if you see that movie, there is not a single decent male character in that whole film. All of them are stereotypes or assholes. Like, and it's blatantly obvious. Like, I hate that type of stuff. And this is from Disney. Like, what does Disney have against the family? Like, the family dynamic. Like, what does Disney have against that? Like, it's supposed to be so family friendly, yet modern Disney puts all these ideas that idea is bad. Like, it's crazy. The only Nickelodeon sitcom you like is Kenan and Kel. I like Kenan. I really, that's something me and my brother would watch a lot. That's one of the that's mixed up in there of all those great sitcoms that I enjoyed growing up. So do I have a favorite medieval game or movie? Medieval. I'm not sure what counts as a medieval game, like, or movie. I like from that time period. Does Braveheart count? I don't know. That's kind of complicated. Have I ever played Command and Conquer games? No, Boom, I have not. Have I seen Good Burger? Yes, I have. I said that earlier. I have seen Burger. I did see that Good Burger when I was a kid, because I was 7 when that came out, and I do want to watch Good Burger 2. Have I seen Adventure Time? That name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure. Who would I face in a duel? Pegasus, Kaiba, or Yugi? Oh, God. I would probably... Now, question. I would take on all 3 of them, but does Pegasus have his eye? If he has his eye, then it's a no. Because you can't win against that. Although, to be fair, there are some decks where... I don't think Pegasus is... the funny thing is, I don't think Pegasus's eye would help him in the meta duel, in the meta style today. I don't think it would help him very much, because there's so many different meta decks that if you know them intimately, you don't even need to see what's in their hand. You know how that deck has to run, and that's what's annoying. Oh my god. There are 3 decks that are just absolutely toxic, that are just infesting Master Duel right now, and it's annoying as hell. Oh my god, I would love to stream. Oh my god, I would love to Twitch stream Master Duel right now, just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. Because I play Master Duel like every day. Like while I'm at my arcade job, like I'll be playing it like for 7 hours straight on my phone. Like if it's like a dead day. You saw a few of videos talking about why Toy Story 5 is a bad idea. Yes, I agree. Yes. They shouldn't make a Toy Story 5. They shouldn't have made a Toy Story 4. I could not believe what they did. They completely ruined the 3rd film in the first 10 minutes of Toy Story 4. That first 10 minutes upset me so much, I couldn't stop thinking about it. Like, the entire time I was sitting in the theater, that was literally all I was thinking about. I don't even remember what happened in Toy Story 4. Because I was so focused on those first 10 minutes. I was like, what are they doing? Like, for me, that was like almost like 10 years. But like for these characters, it was like a week. I was like, what is going on? Dragonheart. Ooh, that's a classic. Do I like Jim Carrey movies? Yes. Jim Carrey is my favorite comedic actor of all time. Easily. I would definitely take him over someone like David Chappelle. I'll say Jim Carrey is the only comedian who has legitimately made me laugh so hard I pissed my pants as both a kid and a teenager. Not so much as an adult, but definitely as a teenager and kid. I laughed so hard. Like, he's a big reason why I love Batman Forever. Like, I don't care what people say. Do you think they're making Yu Yu Hakusho movie live action? Yes, I've seen the trailer for it. It looks like in the quality you would expect from people on that side of the world. I mean, it's okay. I'll check it out on Netflix when it comes out. Your favorite medieval movie is Dragonheart. Ooh, wow, that's a classic. I absolutely love the theme for that film. I wish that, I somehow wish they could update the look of Draco. Like you go back and look at the CGI for that dragon. It was actually really good for the time, but I wish you could kind of like update it a little bit. Hey, what's up, Jackie Boy? Welcome to the stream. If you were involved in an aftermath of crime shootings but found a couple of boxes of money and took it all, would you spend it all for yourself or would you donate it? I wouldn't touch it. Boxes of money, I'm out of there. Because if you take that, trust me, have you not seen Old Country, like Country for Old Men? Same thing. Like, that much amount of money, if it goes to spring, someone is going to hunt it down and find it. So, best to just leave it alone. I think the whole main hating thing in Hollywood problem, not just a Disney problem. I agree. There's a lot of problems in Hollywood right now in entertainment. No, that's a bloody cheat code. Do I stream games? I want to get back into streaming on Twitch. I really do, but I'm just not sure if anyone would come and watch. Like, that was like what kind of got me off to it. Was just like I would like stream for like hours at a time, like nobody would show up. Like, I'm not sure if I should have made like a clear schedule as for when I'll be streaming, but like nobody would show up. I was like, if no one shows up, like, why am I doing this? Like, I love to stream. Like, that's a big thing of, running a YouTube channel. It's like, yeah, I'd only stream on Twitch if people came to see it. Like, I want to get back and do it, but only people would be wanting to watch. What would be your perfect Pokemon team? Oh, I did a whole video about this. Dude, yeah, some of you guys really need to do some research. Yeah, that's an old video. My perfect team would be, let's see, what was it? It was this is all in the this is Johto Kanto only. So it's only the first two generations because Johto's the best. But my team would be, it's Lugia, who's my favorite legendary. Meganum, because I love Chikorita. In fact, Chikorita's right here. Screw all of you who think Chikorita's a useless starter. I love Chikorita. Screw all of you. She is my starter. That will never change. I love Cyndaquil. I love Totodile. Chikorita's my girl. She is not leaving my team, and she has saved my ass a number of key times. So screw all of you who don't like Chikorita. Screw all of you. Okay, so Lugia, Meganum, Gyarados, Snorlax, Arcanine. I have a hard time pronouncing his name, but he's like Amphios. He's like an electric type. Like, I think that's what he's called. But those are my starting six. Yeah. Have I seen First Night, the one with Sean Connery and Richard Gere? Yes, I have seen that film. If you were in a horror movie, would you face the killer or run away? I'm black. I'm getting the hell out of there. You know, black people don't survive very long in a horror movie unless it's Get Out. You crazy? No offense to Yu-Gi-Oh's writing, but Yu-Gi-Oh defeated Pegasus by blinding Pegasus's monster with Jackie boy, it wasn't a million Karibo. It was 1,000. You have to remember that was 1,000 eyes restrict. So technically it wasn't millions, it was like maybe a couple thousands. And yes, the first season has a lot of craziness, like Yugi using Catapult Turtle to launch Gaia the Dragon Champion at Castle of Dark Illusions, knocking its flotation ring off. Like, the first season is full of craziness like that. Like, it started following the rules of the actual game in season 2, but there's a lot of craziness going on that first season. I don't think I will ever get over my anger of the first 5 minutes of, yeah. Well, I'm glad I'm glad we both think, like, what time is it? Okay, we still got 13 minutes. That went by fast. Have I seen number 23, the movie where Jim Carrey was serious? Yeah, I've seen that film. I thought it was okay. He did another serious film that came out years later that I can't remember what the name was, but he gets killed at the end. I am doing all right, Jackie boy. How are you doing? Video ideas ranking Jim Carrey movies. I would love to do that, but there's a good I don't think I would do it justice, because there's definitely a number of Jim Carrey movies that I haven't seen. But I'd have to like go through his home filmography and then find out which ones I haven't seen. Like, yeah. In my opinion, do you think Jim Carrey will reprise his role as Dr. Robotnik? I'm not sure. Because as far as I recall, Sonic 2 is the only time he ever did it. Well, no, that wasn't the only time. He did that one other time. That was like one of the few rare times in his career where he took on a sequel. I think the only other film he did that had a sequel was maybe Ace Ventura. So I think those are the only two franchises he's done a sequel to. So do I would like to see Robotnik come back? Yes. Do we need him? I don't think so. I think the introduction of a Shadow could hold its own. I think so. Which video game movie made you mad? Made me mad. How about all the Uwe Boll films? They're crap. I made you crash on one of the Star Wars Pod Racers live stream. Oh, wait, that was you? Oh, you dick. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, you dick. I was pissed off about that. That game is I love Pod Racer. That's in my top 5 racing games of all time. Chikorita is cute. I know Chikorita is cute, but people hate her. Jason punches a black man's head off. So well, at least Jason gave that guy a chance. If the MCU was to be rebooted in the future, which Marvel individual or team would I like to see join forces? None. I'm done with Marvel films. I don't even know if I want to see Deadpool 3. I'm not sure if I want to see what they do with X-Men, because they're just gonna ruin it. Like, trust me, like Fox's X-Men wasn't perfect. They definitely had a number of flops, but like it did well more times than it failed. It succeeded. Like X-Men 1 was great. X-Men 2 was even better. X-Men 3 was okay. Wolverine Origins was a complete dumpster fire. First Class was great. Days of Futures Past is my favorite X-Men film of all time. Logan was incredible. The Wolverine was okay. Apocalypse was okay. Dark Phoenix, not very good. So it definitely had its high moments, for me at least. I'm black. Black people always die in horror movies. Probably the funniest thing I've seen in these streams. Hey, 3. What are you looking forward to the most in 2024? Some good games and some good movies, hopefully. Mike from It survived. Well, that's an anomaly. I remember. I don't remember Jim Carrey don't like sequels at all. I heard that too, but yeah, as far as I know, those are the only 2 sequels he's ever done for his films. I don't think he's ever done any outside of those 2. I forgot. Oh, you're right. You're right, Phantom Sins. I totally forgot they made a sequel to Dumb and Dumber, which tells you they probably shouldn't have done one to begin with. I totally forgot about that. Okay, thanks for reminding me. Wow. They should introduce Amy already in Sonic 3. They might. If the algorithm wasn't blocking you and you were getting at least 2,000 views a video, how many viewers do you think you would have by these live streams? Probably a lot more. I don't know. Like, I swear, this algorithm is blocking me big time. Like the last 4 videos are those are good videos. And they can't even break 200 views. That is infuriating me. And okay, one of them broke 200 just recently. But it is infuriating. I just uploaded my last one 2 hours ago. From what I'm seeing, it only has 49 views. That is nuts. And I'm like, I might hit 83,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Maybe. And I'm close to have uploaded 2,000 videos. That's nuts. That is nuts. Do you play tabletop games? Sometimes. But I need to find friends to play them with. Whoops, my ass, Rodin. Rogue should be in Sonic 3 as well. Yeah, I can see that. We still got 8 minutes left. Which timepiece in the past would I like to see Predators? I wouldn't mind seeing a Predators movie take place in feudal Japan. I think that would be an interesting period. Because both races kind of have like an honor system, so I think that would work. There are rumors that the Arkham series is getting rebooted. Your thoughts? I hope not, because you don't have to center it around Arkham. You can make a Batman game that does not involve Arkham. So I would hope they wouldn't do that. I hope they would expand that. You think Miranda Lawson's a good fighter compared to the other Mass Effect characters you use in the series? Oh yeah, she's a great fighter. Absolutely, she's very capable. She was my second in command. Like when we went on the suicide mission through the overlay relay, like I had her lead the second squad every time. Yeah, she's a solid leader. Absolutely. And I believe if I wasn't already romanced to Liara, I might have romanced her. But yeah, I have to stay loyal to Liara. Although I must say, Miranda has the finest ass in Mass Effect. Yeah, that was one magnificent ass. Logan was my favorite of the Marvel films. Yeah, that was a phenomenal film. Phenomenal. That was a great way to say goodbye to Wolverine. Which is crazy because the first X-Men movie came out in like, I believe 99. So yeah, so Hugh Jackman had been playing that character since I was 9 years old. X-Men Wolverine, the game was awesome though. Very few characters. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was actually, I would say X-Men Origins Wolverine, that's one of the few times where the game was actually better than the movie, and it was actually a great game. Like, it was kind of a God of War clone, but that was fine. Remember when Yugi had Giant Soldier of Stone attack the moon? You know, they turned that into a card. They turn him attacking the moon. That's a card. Look it up. Attack the moon. I want to double check. They turned that into a card. Oh my god, I could not believe when I saw it. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Yeah. Yeah, man. Attack the moon. It's a real card. It says, once per turn, when battle position of a rock type changes, you can target one spell or trap card your opponent controls and destroy that target. And it's a continuous, so... So pretty much, if you switch a rock monster from attack mode to defense mode, you can destroy one spell. So this actually could be pretty powerful. If you have a bunch of rock monsters and you just keep switching your monsters attack mode to defense mode, like you keep like 2 in attack mode, 2 in defense mode, and you just keep switching them, you can pretty much wipe out all your opponent's like spell and trap cards. That actually not bad. But it's not a valuable card, so yeah, that was crazy. A lot of craziness in that first season. You think Tommy Lee Jones actually hated his role in Two-Face? I believe he did. But I enjoyed his portrayal as Two-Face. It's comical, but I liked it. I liked his performance as Two-Face, even though I know he hated it. And from what I heard, he didn't like Jim Carrey, which is unfortunate, because Jim Carrey is hilarious. Here's an idea. Ranking historical films worst to best via tier list. I would need to know what historical films, because there's so many of them. And there's a difference between being historically accurate and historically authentic. So like something like Braveheart is like based on some history, but I know a lot of that is false. So that might be a hard list to do. Do you think the Suicide Squad is top 10 superhero films for me? No, it's not. Good movie. The second Suicide Squad movie, not that first one. The second one, I enjoyed it a lot, but it's not a top 10, not 10 for me. Would you do this for the funniest moment in? What do I think is the funniest moment in Lego Batman movie? I don't know. I've only seen that movie once, and I don't remember much about it. I remember key things that happened in it, but like I don't remember like big plot points. Top 10 SNES games. Top 10 Linkin Park songs. Okay. That's actually not a bad idea. Get that down. You know, it might be unfair for Linkin Park songs because most of them would be in Meteora. Like that would be like that might be the whole list. So I'll think about that. But the SNES one, yeah, I think I've done Linkin Park though. I think I have done that one though. Maybe I don't know. What Star Wars movie, show, game character would you cut out and make a whole story to make the whole story coherent? I'd take Rey out. That would help. How can you not like Jim Carrey? I think it's his acting style. I think that's what it is. I think at that point, you have to remember, Tommy Lee Jones had just won an Oscar for being in The Fugitive. And he was a pretty serious actor. And so he only, from what I remember, he only took the Batman role because his son recommended it, because his son read the comic books. But he didn't really know the character himself. So his performance was definitely not his style. Tommy Lee Jones is not a comedic actor, and he was playing a comedic role, but that isn't really his style. So I think that's why he may not have enjoyed it, which I understand, because I think Tommy Lee Jones is a great actor, but I don't think he does comedy. I think the closest thing he could do to it is something like Men in Black, but even that was like an action comedy. I don't think playing a comedic role is his strong suit. You think Miranda might get along with Obi-Wan? Why not? I don't see why you wouldn't. Do you think Capcom should take a break from Resident Evil remake and make something like Devil May Cry 1? Yeah, I would love them to remake Devil May Cry 1. Absolutely. If they want to start remaking Resident Evil games, let's start remaking some of these Devil May Cry games. Absolutely. Do you think Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse will release at either? I think it'll release sometime next year, maybe either 2024 or 2025. Definitely before 2026. I don't think it'll be that long. A ranking Meteora songs would be fair. Like, okay. Do I like Five Nights at Freddy? I don't know what that is. I've heard of the movie. I know it's based on some game, but I don't know what that is. And with that is about 4 o'clock, so I gotta cut the stream here. I would like to start streaming on Twitch, so guys, let me know in the comment section or in the community section if you guys would like me to start streaming on Twitch again, because that's definitely something I want to be doing. So remember, if you guys have any ideas for future videos, just send it to me in any of my comment sections for any other videos, and I'll be sure to get them down. I'll be sure to give you a shout out when I get the video out. So, like always, thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys next week.